What is up? What is up? I hope y'all can hear me out there. Welcome to the Watchtower Report, where we touch on all things DC. We are officially soft launching today. Not going to be nothing crazy today. As you see, I got my Superman shirt on. I got this cool doohickey over here. We're going to try to see him move this screen over here. You can see my Superman stuff right here. But we are going to be touching on some things about the movies. We're just gonna be talking about it. I kind of want to. I shared out a link out there in case anybody wants to come on here and talk a little bit about DC and about what they thought about this film, what I thought about the film. For those of you who saw my interview with Sil Abdul, first and foremost, go check out his channel and all his platforms and his link tree. I will be adding that in the description later on today. Yeah, I did a full out of the theater reaction of the film on Monday, and then I got to see it also on Tuesday, which was pretty freaking dope for the Amazon screening. And then I went by myself by my local theater on Thursday. So I had 3 set viewings this week of Superman, and overall, my first screening, my first reaction on Sil's channel was live out of the theater. I gave it an 8 out of 10. After seeing it 3 times, my legit score, I said it on Twitter, about a 9 to 9.5. I gave this film. Not the best Superman movie, but a good Superman movie for me. My ratings on when it comes to Superman movies is Man of Steel, Donner's Superman #1, and this one actually as number 3 on my top 5 Superman films. So we have Man of Steel, we have Donner Superman, we have this one, and then we have Superman #4, and then we have I'm gonna throw it in there. Superman Returns for number 5 for me, and then all the other ones after that. So actually, no. I'm totally missing one. So I just lied. So it's Man of Steel, Superman #1, Donner's film. Then we have James Gunn. Then we have Superman #2, and then we have Superman #4. So that's my top 5. That's my top 5 for sure. Top 5. Now I'm gonna tell you this. I was actually having some back and forth with this, and the reason why I put this new Superman over Superman #2, Christopher Reeves, is because of Superman #2 for me was very Lois and Clark heavy. Superman gives up his powers so he can be with Lois, and we get a lot of that back and forth with Lois and Clark. My thing was, again, not taking away, not comparing, but my thing to this new Superman film is that the Lois and Clark parts of this film was so strong to me. And it's honestly my favorite iteration from a live action movie of Lois and Clark back and forth banter. So this is why I took my number 3 spot out of my top 5. So that to me was one of my favorite things. Again, this is my list. This is what I think, and this is why I'm so excited. Honestly, my overall Lois and Clark to me is Smallville. I love the banter back and forth between Clark and Lois, Tom Welling and Erica Durant on there. You got a nice flesh out of it all the way to the end. And yeah, so a lot of different nuances. I got a lot of different feels when it came to this Superman film. So yeah. So without further ado, let's go ahead. Let's jump into this new season of Fortnite. I got the new skin of Superman. We are able to unlock all the Superman stuff this week. Literally started yesterday. You can unlock this guy right here, the drawn one, and then we got over there. We got the movie Corn Sweat Superman. I already have Corn Sweat Superman, so I'm gonna go ahead and put that on the screen here in a sec. Yeah, so if you guys have anything, let me go ahead and share this out too as well for everyone out there watching. As a matter of fact, everybody on Twitch, let me change this to Fortnite. Let me update this real quick. Appreciate y'all if you're new. If you're new, right in the chat. I'll give you a follow, all that good stuff. Let me edit this real quick. So Superman, man, doing big numbers. The final opening weekend numbers will be coming out on Monday officially. Shout out to Sil. He had an awesome stream today. Touching on all that stuff. Definitely go check us out. Fortnite. All right, that's updated there on Twitch. Shout out to you guys on Twitch, YouTube. Shout out to you guys, and then we are live on X as well. Shout out to everybody on X. Appreciate you guys. All right. Yeah, we're good there. Cool. All right. Let me. Where is my profile? There we go. We'll have this up here. All right. We're gonna go ahead. We're gonna open up Fortnite. Let's throw that bad boy up there. I'm gonna put this noise in here. And I haven't played in a couple. I think I played last week. I'm excited. I saw the trailer for the new Fortress that's coming to Fortnite as well. I know. I think it doesn't come till next week officially, but yeah. And I first day it dropped, I had to get Mr. Terrific. I wasn't able. I did not get the Engineer, but the Mr. Terrific, I got the bundle. Was pretty dope. Let me know in the chat if y'all can hear the Fortnite as well. We're gonna. Let me see what they got in the shop. They got Mortal Kombat. I'm excited for Mortal Kombat and the new Street Fighter movie as well. I'll be doing some reviews on that. So you see, I hope you guys are starting to see this logo. So whenever we're doing anything geek style, we're going to be touching on the Geek Station. So especially this show, it's a little different, and it's a little mixture of gaming and then DC stuff. But since Superman is on Fortnite, we are going to just chill, play some stuff. We're going to talk about the film as well. But yeah, so whenever you see the RTP Geek Station, that's when you know things are serious, and we're talking all things geek, whether it's Marvel, DC, whatever it may be, anime stuff. You're gonna see this logo, and yeah, I'm thinking about doing some watch-alongs pretty soon with the new anime stuff coming out. Yeah, so going forward, we'll have that. When I am gaming, I mean, I'm here now. I might as well show you. We are gonna have this as well. We're gonna have. Hold on. Switch this out. We're gonna have this logo when we are gaming, when it's just strictly gaming. Lately, you guys been seeing me go live with the DDNS group, Daydreamers, Night Streamers. It's our gaming group. Whenever we are all live together, this is the symbol you will see while we play and stuff. So there's that. We'll have that one whenever I'm doing some sports talk, some reactions. RTP Reacts, you'll see that. So, a lot of cool things I'm trying out, to change the vibes up and stuff. So, yeah. I don't know if you guys saw the intro coming in here. Really excited that I made it and stuff. Let me go ahead and send this out there to. Here you go. I'm gonna go ahead and play that intro one more time, just because I'm excited for it. So here it goes. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's pretty dope, man. Exciting. It's really exciting. But yeah. So you are on the Watchtower report right now. Okay. So let's see what else I got here in the shop. All right. So they got Mortal Kombat in here. Okay. So this is the one I got right here, Mr. Terrific. Pretty badass. Exciting. They did have the engineer, and they had this one right here as well. More of a Green Lantern. So I gotta say, Guy Gardner, the most punchable guy you're ever gonna meet in your life. Nathan Fillion hit it on the spot, and it was cool to see him. Yeah, I really did enjoy that. Okay, so now this is it. All right, let's check the passes real quick. Okay, so now we can start unlock. Oh wait, can I unlock this already? All right, so now I'm gonna try my best to get this, or at least start this tonight. We are gonna be on for too long. I just kind of wanted to, like I said, soft launch, do something a little different, talk about some ideas of the film, things that come to me while I'm playing, and stuff like that. And then we'll start up next week for sure with some box office numbers and all that stuff of how this film is trending right now and stuff. So but let's start off with the biggest one. And we will be talking a little bit of spoilers. I will be live tomorrow with Still as well, around 10 p.m. So that's check that out. I'll put that on I have my link tree in the description on my YouTube and stuff. And I'll put it on Twitter later. But with that, I gotta say, first off, if you have not seen the film, kind of tune out a couple times. The big reveal at the end. I mean, we've talked about it. Oh, this is cool. Hey, shout out to my moms. She gave me Batman. I guess these are cards, playing cards. Yeah, the Batman. Look at that. Pretty dope. Get home, you get gifts. You gotta love it, man. Awesome. I got my little Superman Funko Pop here. I don't know if you can see that, but yeah. Anyways, so the big reveal in the film, Lex cloning Superman. That to me is one of the biggest things that we've yes sir that we've what's up, Ant, man? It's always good to have you on here, brother. So that's one of the craziest things. We've seen it, obviously in BVS with not cloning Superman but cloning a Kryptonian. This is the first time we actually see a copy live action of Superman in this film, right? With that being said, one of my biggest things, being a big Superman fan, I got Henry Cavill in the back. I had to buy the popcorn bucket, the newspaper thing right here. For me, what this appreciate you, brother. So one of the biggest things about this is it opens the door for Reign of Superman. And that was one of my favorite animation movies, and obviously in the comics, when the death of Superman it comes back. One of my favorite Superman characters is Connor Kent, and obviously that is a clone that is made with the DNA of Lex Luthor and Superman put together. That to me is one of my favorite things, especially why I love Young Justice so much. So with this being open out in the ether, I can see James Gunn taking this avenue, especially with him making this live action Teen Titans movie as well. He could take that route to where there is a Cadmus labs and all that stuff, and genomes and all that. Which in that film, the person who is moving the contraption that takes Lex and the Brothia guy and where he shoots that other dude, that takes him, that's moving that contraption, right? I think that's a xenomorph. I could be wrong. I don't know. Right in here if you think I'm wrong, but I think that's a xenomorph. And Lex is going to start messing around with that. Speaking of Lex, I haven't seen a lot of mixed people, reviews on him with people. Lex played through and through. I did see this comment that I kind of want to shout out. I thought was pretty cool. This is the first time we have a superhero film in a long time where the bad guy stays the bad guy. It's not a bad guy with, some things. Look who joined up. What up, man?
What's up? Let me get my audio together. 1 second.
Yes, sir. So this Lex, man, like I'm kind of just I've been seeing some comments on it and stuff like that. This is the first time, and Jay's gonna kind of hit it on the nose, I believe. That this is a villain who throughout the whole film is the bad guy, the hater, the one who hates Superman the most, and throughout the end of the film, he's still that guy. It's not like there's no anti-villains here. There's not a guy who has a moral, who's trying to. No, this guy is just through and through a bad guy in this film, and that to me, it's kind of, I enjoyed that side, of live action Lex that we really haven't seen. I mean, we had Eisenberg, who was in his own right was like a mixture of like a serial killer and mastermind, and I love that. It was cool to see, which is why I kind of enjoy this as well, because it was so different to that. So
all right, we good.
What's up, man? How you feeling, man?
Hey man, got support the homie, man. CeeLo's. I just want to say, first off, cool setup.
Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you, brother.
It is Superman week. It's still Superman week, and I just want to make very clear. Like I told people when you saw the film, when you saw it Monday, you had one of the first reviews on the internet, right?
Yes,
and
sir.
I told you, I was like, let's put something out this night, because I was like, it's going to hit, and it's just under 3,000 views. So yes, I want to thank you for that, and you're part of the Subdual Geek Network, and that was people love that out of theater reaction from you. So I was like, yo, you already know we're gonna do more stuff together with this DC stuff.
Hey man, like I'm excited, man.
So I just want to make sure people know this the homie right here. We're streaming this on my Twitter as well as we speak. And if this is a new era of DC, just want to let people know, like we gonna be here to cover it. We're gonna give our opinions. But like I said, I want to come here to thank you, because you helped me have a pretty good video on my Superman channel. So
hey man, anytime, man. Thanks for having me and let me express myself, man. And as you know, when I was giving that review, man, I was holding in a lot because I wanted to digest everything. But man, so I got to see it 3 times this week, and each viewing I got a little something different from it. So it was fun to see, man. I had fun with it. I went, as you know from your video, I went from 8, bumped it up to 9 to 9.5. So I had a fun time, man.
It was great. Like I said, it was great comments and reactions. From you just had just a real raw. And that's why this. I never want to rehearse anything before I go live. I want the real emotion. And you came in, you was we could tell you was trying to temper yourself. And that video, like I said, it did great. The video did great. And I was like, man, like I said, I want to thank you again, because that really set off the whole Superman week. Your Monday review, non-spoiler review, Yeah, really set things off. And then now the film is out. I saw it
Yeah.
twice, right? I saw it the
Yeah.
Amazon
Yeah.
screen Tuesday, and then I did the Thursday when it officially the Thursday preview.
Oh.
And as you said, it got better each time you watch it. I'm gonna go see it in 3D next. Next time I see it, I'm
Oh.
gonna go
Okay.
see it in 3D. So we bumped into some friends of mine. They was like the 3D. I was like, yeah, let's do 3D. Let's just do
Heck
that.
yeah, man. Yeah. So what was pretty cool. So I went to the Amazon screening on that Tuesday after we had our video, and so so it was a Cobb theater. So the theater I went to, actually, it was supposed to be an IMAX screening from Amazon, but Amazon sent the wrong movie. They sent like the wrong version of it. It wasn't IMAX. It was IMAX 3D. So like we're all sitting down and the screen is like all blurred and stuff, and we're like, we don't have glasses. So they had to like redo the whole film, pass out all the 3D glasses, and I got to see it in 3D. So it's everything just jumps out at you in the screen, colors,
that's crazy.
The fight scenes. It's nice,
what
man.
Was that Tuesday? Cool. You said you saw that 3D?
Okay. That was on Tuesday. So I saw it on IMAX in that early screening on Monday.
Right.
And then I like rode into a 3D IMAX screening as well. So I was like, I got it from all different angles. And then Thursday I just saw it regular, in the theater at my house. So
yeah, no, that's great. Like I said, man, this film, obviously, I cover the numbers and I take my data very seriously. People have been trying to challenge me all week about these projections. I'm like, bro, I'm telling y'all, like, this is hitting and the numbers are holding. And, just so overall, it's like we enjoy the film. Now, we could talk about rankings and stuff. That's what I do on my channel. But this was an enjoyable film. This Superman film, like I said, this is something rewatchability. Now, mind you, people out there, I like the Flash film and Black Adam. Yeah. And I think the Superman film is better than both of them.
Yes,
better than both of them.
I would say it flowed a lot better, and it stuck the landing at the end as well too.
For sure.
So I kind of touched on it earlier. I know you said the rankings and stuff, and like to me, out of all the Superman films I've seen, this to me is actually top 3. And I was sitting down today and thinking about it because I'm like, the one that made me fight with, because it's a close number 3 spot, it's Superman 2 was that number 3 spot for me with Christopher Reeves. The reason why I leaned more towards this film is because Superman 2, you had a lot of the Lois and Clark aspect. He takes away his powers so he can be with Lois, and you had the back and forth with that. This film, to me, captured the Lois and Clark so much. So that's why I was like, better than that film for me. And I'm like, man, I think I'm gonna have to level it up there for that.
Maybe it's debatable, right? Maybe because I threw out my ranking. I was like, I'm not even gonna touch Donner only because and you raise a fair point, but in Superman 2, those interactions that kind of set the standard.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So, and now, mind you, I said this. I think I said this on record that what James Gunn did with Clark and Lois is probably the best Clark and Lois scene ever.
Yeah.
So we got to start kind of putting this in context that he did something no one else has done. Like, because I know you like your Smallville stuff.
Man.
You like the Smallville, but what Gunn just did with Clois fans out there are very happy on social media. Everything I see, the interactions, different platforms. So we got to start kind of having that conversation now. So what do you say as far as your ranking? Because I don't like ranking Superman versus all DC because you got Batman.
Right.
You guys, I don't want to. So just Superman films, like you just said, right?
Yeah.
Donner original, I think Superman 78 is the gold standard for all Superman films, right? You believe a man can fly because of Christopher Reeve, and so I can't put any Superman film ahead of that unless they do it better. And no one has touched what Donner did, in my opinion, with that film. And then when you say your top 3, what's the other one up there?
So for me, actually, this is where that teeting line for me. So just I guess the impact that this movie has had in my like life, as you
Yeah.
see, I have it in my background. So, Man of Steel for me, I grew up as a little kid watching the Donner Superman,
Mm-hmm.
and that was my go-to, like go to sleep at night watching Superman and that. But when I
Mm-hmm.
got Zack Snyder and he showed us that world of Krypton, man, that origin story to me, that is the best origin Superman film
Yes.
ever made to this day. So for
Yeah.
me, that's my number one. Then number
Mm-hmm.
two will be Superman Donner, just because of what Christopher Reeve brought to that character,
Mm-hmm.
what Donner brought to that film, the score, the music. Like it's like you said,
Mm-hmm.
it's a standard that everyone wants
Yeah.
to be. But for me, Zach took it to that next level and kind of made its
Mm-hmm.
own thing, even with its own score, its own music. So that's why
Yeah.
I have Man of Steel, I have Donner's original Superman,
Mm-hmm.
and then like I said, this third spot was hard for me because of the whole Chloe,
Yeah.
situation, and that's why I put Superman, this movie, the new one, I put
Mm.
it in that third
James
spot
Gunn Superman third.
with that close Superman number two at the fourth spot.
That's fair. That's fair. Like, because what I said, and I've been having my Superman week. We have some great live streams, some great reactions. I'm getting new, viewers. People seeing that we don't have to do this whole fandom war thing. Like that's why I've been.
Yeah.
It's been like a kind of like a reboot of Still Nation, and you've been a big part of that. You've really been helping with that, just with your attitude and everything. And we got our DM groups and stuff. So shout out to everyone that's been positive out there. You know what I'm saying? That's what we kind of need right now.
Yeah.
Instead of fighting, fandoms. But so I've been talking about where I ranked this James Gunn Superman film, because as soon as I saw it, I was like, no, this is a moment.
Mm-hmm.
Again, people could say, oh, I'm not rocking with this. I don't like this film. So okay, you're kind of exited out of this conversation now. So what I'm saying is what James Gunn Superman did. This was a moment, what he's doing right now. And despite the issues I have with it, I talked about it. People who go to my channel and see everything as far as what I critique. This film stands after those critiques. So I can't put anything, like I said this, in front of Donner. I can't do anything. Superman 78, that's number one to me. This is me.
Yeah.
So, my ranking.
Yeah.
Superman 2, Donner cut is what I'm saying, is that's still like top three, and he takes his powers away and stuff. And I'm gonna tell you this, when I was younger, I didn't like that. I'm just gonna throw it out there.
Okay.
I don't know, because maybe older generations, they don't like us poking at Donner. But what I'm saying is that I didn't enjoy seeing that, him getting his ass kicked. I didn't like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm just keeping it. Every time I see that, I cringe every time. I'm like, this sucks. I don't like that moment. You know what I'm saying? What is that? What does that moment do to that generation? I didn't like it.
Yeah.
So, but I always said Donner, rarefied air, he introduced us to this. So it's hard for me to put something ahead of it. So I always said Superman 1, Superman 2, then Man of Steel. Zack Snyder's Man of Steel is a quintessential origin story. And there's no particular order top three. Donner's first. Superman 78 is number one to me.
Yeah.
Then after that, you can kind of. So it was hard for me to put James Gunn Superman ahead, even though I didn't like that moment in Superman 2. I did, to this day. Every time I saw it on TV and things like that, I was like,
Did you like the ending of it though, when he gets his power back? And he goes
I
back
like
to
where it pays off. Yeah, I like where it
okay.
pays off. It's just in the moment, I was just like, I still was like, nah, like that's Superman, nah.
Yeah.
They're bloody and stuff. Nah, I never liked that. I'm ready to just admit that to the world. I don't like that moment in Superman 2. So I may revise this in the future, but because there's moments in James Gunn Superman where I'm like, the first act editing, and I they get on my channel, y'all can see what I say about that. I'm still going to keep Superman 2 Donner cut.
Okay.
As number 3, and James Gunn Superman, I'm gonna have him at 4. Now, I'm gonna say to you, we were on the Watchtower channel here. There is a director's cut of James Gunn Superman.
Hold on.
Okay.
Let's do this. Hold on one second. Man. Hold on. Where's it at? We got some breaking news right now. Hold on. A director's cut? Still? Hold on.
There is a director's cut of James Gunn's Superman, and that first act is a lot of chopped up stuff. After screenings, I've been reporting different screenings with this film for months, since last December. There is more to that first act that we have not seen yet. From the second act, like when Mr. Terrific, like, and I mean, hey, everyone should have seen it right now, so we're gonna say some spoilers, right? We're good with that. Okay.
This is a spoiler stream right now, all right? Okay, this is a spoiler stream.
So we got the breaking news as well. When Mr. Terrific enters the fray, right? That's when the cut kind of is consistent from second act to third act. You pretty much get everything. That first act is more potential setup with Daily Planet characters. So Jimmy, Perry has Wendell Pierce has way more scenes than you saw in this film. And then there could be more as far as with some of the battles. I'm not sure yet with that, but there is a longer cut, folks. I just want to put that out there. There is a James Gunn cut. And I wonder if they do that fuller cut, which would be another 30 minutes. This is the BVS situation all over again. Yeah, is what this is, but it's kind of reversed, right? Because people are on the side of this film when BVS, the audience wasn't on side, right? So that's just what it is as DC fans. But if they release that 30 minutes extra, then I may put this over Donner Superman 2. But right now, I'm gonna keep it at 4.
Okay.
Keep it at 4.
Do you think it's an avenue to where when they drop this Blu-ray, the 4K Blu-ray CD, they'll probably put it on there?
I think Gunn is Gunn's very active on social media, and I think it's hard to predict this dude, right? Like, I mean, I did scoop his Clooney. I got Gunn a couple times, but he's a hard dude, right? He's a hard dude to look at the future. Yeah, because he will change it on the thing. He would say, "Oh, you scooped that. Now I'm not doing it." It's like, "Oh, you're right. You're very
because I mean, he could also do something to where, like, because and man, we haven't had this type of thing since I want to say The Dark Knight, where I remember going to the theater and they had the 3 movies on release day. So you have Batman Begins, The Dark Knight, and The Dark Knight Rises. When Dark Knight Rises came out, do you think when Supergirl comes out, he can kind of do a Superman release leading into a Supergirl debut?
That's interesting. This is what I think. First of all, shout out to Mike Charles in the chat. He did his ranking, original Donner, Man of Steel, Zack Snyder's Man of Steel, and then he's agreeing with you. Top 3. This James Gunn film, this is after we get past all the crazy fandom wars and talks, like, look, what did this movie do for Superman fans? It's up there. It's up there. It's not the top. It's definitely not the top for me, but it's up there. Right? But what you asked as far as, hey, when will we see anything about this cut? Again, the cut exists. Okay, I heard it from 2 different sources that the James Gunn cut exists. There's a longer cut. There's stuff in the first act that you felt like it didn't flow right. It's a reason, because it was editing. I think you're talking about Blu-ray. So with this film, it comes out with July, is out now. Yeah. You're talking about Blu-ray by, I guess, Christmas time, because they want to ride this as much as possible. Let me throw this out here too. Like, after this film has this natural run, you have Fantastic Four coming out, end of the summer, right? Then they may want to reintroduce an IMAX screening of Superman this fall. This is what I'm hearing, right? And that is to, again, just kind of reintroduce it. DCU is here, and as long as everything, all the projections hold, and they want to celebrate it this fall. In IMAX.
Man.
IMAX screen.
Oh man.
Right? And then that's when you're talking about the Blu-ray release date.
Yeah.
Extended cut now. Not now, again, as I always say, one of the number 1 rules is win the headlines. What headlines do you have?
Yeah.
If you're getting 120 million domestic opening, that's a good headline. So you
Yeah.
ride that, and then you get through the summer. DCU, this new era is here. Now let's do a re-release of the IMAX to say recapture Superman's moments, and then drop the Blu-ray extended cut. And I think people will go crazy. This
And
is
then if it's
a
in
crazy
fall, you
year.
have Peacemaker coming out at that time too, who makes his
Peacemaker next
cameo.
month.
He makes a cameo
Oh,
in this film.
ooh, I like that. I like that idea. I like that idea for sure. We've been debating. So this is what I want to. I want to throw this out here. Hey, when we come to the watch hour, probably just gotta start throwing stuff at Carlos at this point. But
Hey, let's go, man. The breaking news sign is on right now.
so this is what I heard with first off, Peacemaker. Yeah, great. No, it's all speculation as far as is it Superman who's going to show up, right? I think that was a cool cameo in Superman having Peacemaker right there. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Just have him jump up right there. So we'll see what happens with Peacemaker. But what I'm hearing, Creature Commando season 2. At the end of Superman, where are they taking Lex Luthor? Belle Reeve.
Oh my goodness!
You may have Nicholas Hoult doing some voiceovers for Creature Commando season 2. That's what I'm hearing right now.
Oh my goodness! Hold on.
Hey, it's a new era, man. It's a new era.
You see, man, this. So when we did our watch along, for Creature Commandos on your channel, man, the possibilities that we were talking about when that show came out, because how open it was, and it mentioned Superman had fought what was the witch's name that gets captured?
As soon as you said that, I forgot her name for some reason.
Yeah, but mentioned
like one
that
of my
Superman,
favorite.
That makes Amanda Waller see the future or whatnot. Man, I forgot her name. But like you saw the inklings of the universe of Superman, and doing this, doing that, and it's like now it's like paying full circle. If and when that happens, that's Cersei. Yes, Cersei. Man, yeah. Shout out to Mike Charles. Shout out.
Oh, he's right. Yeah, there we go. You got it.
Yeah.
That was a huge point in that. Yeah.
Yeah, man. So it's like it's crazy how vast and humongous, and that's what I felt in this film watching it. How big it was. Like Superman didn't need to be saving the day every day because you had other heroes. There's been heroes before and after him. So it's a cool thing to see.
The possibilities was there. What was really cool because, like you said, me and you, we was there day one with Creature Commandos, and
yeah.
I thought, like, as far as comic book fan, just DC, just hardcore comic book geeks, like we're talking about this every week, and Creature Commandos filled that spot for us. Now, again, I have my problems with the finale, and I piss off all the James Gunn fans saying that, and it's like, this is what it is. But I didn't think he stuck the landing. Me personally, I didn't think he stuck the landing with that series with season 1.
Yeah,
but season 2. And just seeing that first season, again, the whole Batman, that was like a huge run. That was a huge, it was very early in the DCU, and it wasn't like a big of an audience as what Superman's getting because it's animated, right? And it's streaming. But that was a big moment for like hardcore DC fans, seeing Batman, DCU Batman, Dr. Phosphorus scene. That stands out to me. Anything we talk about with Creature Commandos. But season 2, like I said, you have that chance to introduce more characters, and now you can introduce a Lex Luthor in Creature Commando season 2, voiced by Nicholas Hoult, and just how wild would James Gunn get? Because all James Gunn was trying to do was like, okay, let me introduce this animated, because he was already making it.
Yeah,
before he got the job, right? So he's like, let's go and get this out there. It's about Superman. These numbers seem to be holding pretty good. So now it's like, okay, all systems go. Let's have this full DCU world, streaming, animated. It's gonna be, all the. I don't think it's gonna be any network TV shows because this whole CW thing, they kind of sold their rights, and this is a whole story with that. But so you're talking about streaming shows, films and then animated films when the Dynamic Duo comes out in about 3 years.
Is that going to be part of the
yeah.
universe as well? The
Let
Dynamic
me see.
Duo?
Did they say that yet? They're still that's the thing with Gunn. When you go too far in the future, like he's holding that very close to the vest because that could be an Elseworld thing that they just say DC Studios in theaters. Look at this advanced animation, and they're trying to get awards and stuff. Like that's what they're trying to do with that. So it's no definitive thing. Will Gunn have DCU animated films? Theatrical? Yes. It was about getting the first, peg in this was getting Superman to be successful. So this 120 opening that is projected to have and 100 million as far as global. So you're talking about over 200 million opening weekend global for Superman. That's a success. I don't care what anyone tells you with that. So now it's like, okay, and you get a good audience score, you're carrying over. So now we can start percolating. They threw out there when the first night was successful. What did they say? Oh, we planning something with Mr. Terrific and Jimmy.
Yeah, right? like it was instant. But I mean, after watching it, like, man, I need, and I said it in the review, I need a Mr. Terrific movie. Like, it needs to happen.
Man,
it needs to happen, man.
Anyone that watches James Gunn Superman, if you're not calling for a Mr. Terrific project after this, I don't know what you watch. Like, listen, I don't care if you don't even like the film. You like Mr. Terrific in this film. I call BS anyone that's saying that. That doesn't say that. So, no, 100%. But this was planned before. I just want to. This is James Gunn Suicide Squad Peacemaker situation. When Gunn was filming his Superman film last year, I heard word that he was like, "Oh man, I'm liking how Mr. Terrific's turning out. Like, we may have to do a spin-off." So he was already planning this, folks. Oh, now just the story's coming out, and then a lot of people liking Jimmy. I like Jimmy too. Jimmy's pretty good in this.
I think this has got to be on the nose Jimmy we've gotten in a very, very long time.
What a twist!
Yeah.
What a twist! But
a modern twist, I would say, right?
I like this Jimmy because again, there's some stuff on the cutting room floor. Again, we get that extended cut. It's gonna be more Jimmy. All right, and that more Daily Planet, more of that. And if you get that Jimmy project, this is really a Daily Planet project. So let me just put, since we got the breaking news going. We're talking about Daily Planet. That's what we're talking about when we talk about Jimmy. Okay, so just throw that out there because they didn't put that in the report. I was waiting for them to say it. I was like, I don't have to be first. I can confirm you. And so if you was like, I didn't get enough Daily Planet, you may want that Jimmy project. All right.
I gotta say one thing I did really enjoy, and I mean I enjoyed this with the animated show as well. My Adventures with Superman. Their dynamic of the bullpen of everyone in the Daily Planet. I kind of got that in this film a lot. The kind of back and forth, the little bits that we got, but it was a lot of back and forth.
Little banter.
Little banter back and forth, especially Chief with Jimmy and stuff. Like. That little back and forth where they're like literally yelling while the world is like being attacked and stuff in the background.
That was one of the best scenes in the film too. Like, because again, after watching this a couple of times, you're like, again, I had my problems with the first act. I explained it on my channel, but when you get to that second act and Mr. Terrific's like, okay, let's go save Superman. It's nearly a perfect film from that point. Right. So that take that for what you will with that. But when you get to the end, when the world's splitting, Metropolis is splitting apart, and you have Lois and Jimmy throwing exposition to Chief Perry, that's one of the best scenes in the film. They're explaining everything to him as they're trying to escape to the T ship, and I'm like, Gunn wrote a really good scene right there. Like I was like, he really gave you all the information, and the world's falling apart. And I was like, dang, he really figured out this film. Again, when Miss Metamorpho and Mr. Terrific, when they enter the film, the film changes.
It's a whole.
It just becomes something better. Yeah,
and I mentioned this in the review. introducing Metamorpho, I've never read the Metamorpho comics, you know, and
Same here. Not at first. Yeah.
Not at first. And then it's like seeing this story, I was like, damn, like I've been kind of missing out. Like this is a different side that I've never, you know, I'm used to the animated series, you know, the Marine that used to be with Jon Stewart, you know, I was expecting something like that, you know, and you know, especially introducing Jon Stewart in this universe. Now I'm thinking, okay, maybe they're gonna go that route, you know, but no, this was totally different. And then the baby, I didn't even know he had a kid, you know.
Baby Joe, yeah. And that was really cool with Metamorpho. That became one of my favorite characters. Like, you know, we knew he was in the film. We knew what he could do from the animated series, right? So we all kind of expected, okay, this is Metamorpho, the Element Man, whatever they want to call him, right, in the film. And he does a kryptonite. And then when you have that moment where Lex, you know, shoots the guy, and that was necessary for Metamorpho's character, right? So again, that's why I really respect Gunn's structure of him. I do. He's a goofy guy to me. I'll always make fun of James Gunn, but when he gets it right, I'm going to, you know, give him proper credit. And so that moment had to happen. A very brutal moment in the film. You know, the tone was, I thought it was going to get off for a second.
Yeah.
So I was like, dang, Lex just shot the dude in the head.
And he was so nonchalant about it that I was like, okay, this is the Lex that we came here to see. This is the guy.
Hey, Nicholas Hoult played again, even though he wasn't a high mark for me. Again, you know, Cloas, Mr. Terrific, Metamorpho. I put all that over Lex Luthor in this film, but not saying Nicholas Hoult was off. He was on code the entire film. He was very ruthless. Yeah, and I give him credit on that. But you needed that to trigger Metamorpho. You needed some event like that. Yeah. And then he's over there crying, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, can you save my boy? And like, I was like, bro, this film just went to another level at that point.
What did you think of the aspect Gunn took with how kryptonite affected Superman? Because I've never seen it to where his face like wrinkled up like that, and like I've only seen obviously when he gets the kryptonite poisoning when he does come out of the pocket universe where he has all the veins. Like we've seen that on Smallville, we've seen that even on Superman and Lois. But like the wrinkling and like all that, like, I was like, man, that's a different take that I've never.
This is what I will ask, right? Because I know you are a Superman pure again more than I am, and I'm asking this genuinely when I ask you this. Like, have you ever seen Superman just being incapacitated by kryptonite, you know, that long? I don't know if we ever seen that. And this is like off the top of a question, right? But what I'm saying is that I think Gunn was like, you know, what if I keep Superman around kryptonite, you know, 24, 48 hours.
In that concealment.
Right.
Yeah.
What would that look like? And it's like, oh, and then Mr. Trippy said, oh, kryptonite poisoning. He needs a day or two to heal up. This isn't the same Superman we had before. This is, again, I said Justice League animated, and I say that, and it's different from me from Superman animated. I want to kind of throw this out there. Justice League animated was Bruce Timm and the crew was like, how do we take Superman off the board for like a day? How can we do that? Because it's not going to be fair if Superman can just destroy everyone. And I think that's what Gunn was saying. How can Superman's the greatest, but how can I take him off the board for a day? Kryptonite poisoning, right? So that's how I answer that. I say, I don't know if we've seen Superman just being exposed to kryptonite that long.
The closest thing that comes to my mind is maybe I mean, it was an episode on Smallville. You know, I'm a big Smallville fan. When he's in that, it's like a memory tank. It's like the liquid.
That's a pretty good episode too. That's the Laura epised. Yeah. I remember that. Yeah, I remember that.
but yeah, that's the only thing. I mean, yeah, he did have those veins and stuff, and yeah, he was a little messed up. But this was, I like this because like you're saying, it was something different, and it brought maybe something new to these, you know, the original Superman fans that were like, damn, you know, what if he is caught up in there and stuff.
What Gunn did, and again, it's going to take people time because people so caught up in the initial fandom war talk of this film. You can't graduate to this conversation what we're having. Like if you're just stuck on, oh, I don't like Gunn, I don't want him to make this film. then you're lost right there, because
Yeah.
when you enter into this conversation, then it's like, okay, Gunn has set on live action stakes for Superman. Every film he shows up now, because can we be? We're just gonna be real. This is the Watchtower Report, right? So we're gonna be real here with CeeLos today. Real Talk Productions. Zack Snyder, which we all love, his Henry Cavill.
Yeah.
I think that, again, that was probably my best moments in theaters, even over this James Gunn Superman. Man of Steel, Krypton sequence, everything that's the best moments I had in Superman. The fight in Smallville, don't threaten my mother.
Yes.
Best action for Superman ever. Then you take him off the board with BVS, you kill Superman, right? He comes back in a Snyder cut. He was all powerful. He destroyed Steppenwolf.
He was a god in that film.
It was no chance. And Darkseid even knew this, and we knew the event story is that Darkseid was like, I can't kill this dude. I gotta turn him.
Right.
And then you're gonna have that Superman Darkseid battle. If Zach gets his chance to do his Elseworld story, I'm first in line for that.
Heck yeah.
With that.
100%.
So that's God level Superman. What Gunn is saying is, I could take him off. There's going to be stakes every film. If he meets Mongol, if he meets Brainiac, there's going to be stakes.
I also think, because when you touched on the JLA animated series, one thing that really knocked him down in that show was magic, and showing the difference in magic. It was crazy. Oh, look, we got somebody else in here. Let's
go.
What's up? What's up, man? Welcome to the Watchtower, brother. Welcome to the Watchtower.
Glad to be here.
Yes.
Sir. How you doing, man? How you doing?
Doing very well. Just on that post Superman recovery high and stuff.
Yes, sir.
Sir. I'm dying to ask Jared, because I want to keep it real on the Watchtower Report. I'm dying to ask Jared, because I think all three of us, we're all Snyder fans, right? Yes. We're all Snyder fans, 100%. Cavill, Superman fans overall. And most of us, as this film rolled out this past year, I'm talking about, Jared, that we was like, I wonder about the trailer. I wonder what's going to happen. And Jared, at first you were kind of like, I don't know, James Gunn, right? Like, that was an early thing for you. Am I right?
Let me clarify. It wasn't necessarily the James Gunn thing part I was against. It was, I don't trust WB after everything that's been going on. I think I'm pretty well founded on that. But I was always like, look, I want this to do well, because Snyder or no Snyder, if we want DC to be healthy at all, this movie has to do well.
Yes,
right. Well, it has to be good. Like, it has to be somewhat good. Right.
Yeah, exactly.
That's really the first thing. Yeah. So I guess what turned for you, and and this is Carlos' show, I don't want to take over the show, but what turned for you, Jared, where you was like, okay, I'm gonna give this a chance? Was it just like, okay, just for DC? Is that what you're saying?
Just for DC, because I've always been a DC fan. The trailers themselves were telling me the right things. Now, I was still hesitant, because I'm like, hey, The Flash had great trailers, and I more or less enjoyed that movie. I was like, let me watch the movie. I sit down to watch the movie. It wasn't as bad as I thought, but there were some things that I'm violently against. But
the third act, the entire third act,
not the entire third act. There's one creative decision that when I saw this, I was like, nope, nope. There's one.
You can drop it. We're spoiling today, so you go ahead and you can drop it.
Why did he make Kryptonians Viltrumites? Where they want to conquer and seed life. I'm like, particularly Jor-El and Lara. I'm like, I know that it's been in the comics rarely.
You're talking about the Superman. Okay.
Yeah. I'm like, not everything that's been in the comics has to be adapted. And I'm like, this is one of those things where the problem is, this is going to color how a generation see like Lara and Jor-El. True. And I'm like, I don't like the idea of them being villains, because they are really like the villains of the story. And I'm like, nah, that's not something I like. It wasn't enough to make me go, oh, F this movie. But it was something that like, no, I'm not. I am vehemently against that.
Yeah. Okay.
And that's fair. That's fair. You know, because there's critiques. This isn't a perfect film to me, right?
Right.
I think Carlos ranking, you probably have this score higher than the both of me and Jared, but so there's critiques there in the film, and that's fair. That's a fair, because that's a lore threatening moment right there.
Yeah,
that was a risk actually, and actually,
at least in my opinion, it's lore breaking.
Yeah,
it passed over though, which is interesting. Yeah.
So for me, it took me on that second viewing to kind of really give it like, because at first when I did see that, I was conflicted a little bit. I was like, okay, so they're making the Kryptonians out to be the bad guy. So on that second viewing, I was like I started to think outside the box. I know nothing has been confirmed, nothing has been said. So like in my head, I'm like, what was Gunn thinking when he wrote this? Yeah, we've seen it in comics and this, but is it maybe there's something more to it? Maybe because they keep mentioning the damage message, and something had to damage that message. And to me, thinking outside the box, so you know how I am. I'm around the watchtower. I'm in space right now when we talk about DC stuff. So I'm like, who knows? Maybe it's a Brainiac situation. Maybe it's something else,
if he does that, let's say he retcons it later, that undermines the message of this movie. So I'm like, he really can't. I wish he
has to stick with this, right?
I think he has to stick with this, because otherwise it shatters the point of this movie. And even he did an interview on IGN talking about this, and he said, yeah, it's because it's like the purpose of that, which at least there was a story purpose. It's not
right.
So his purpose
moved
was
the plot along. Yeah, it did.
Well, yeah, and his purpose for the story was that it's about how you don't have to be defined by blood. It's more about on your choices. And I go, okay, and that was something that even Man of Steel did. But I'm like,
Krypton had his chance.
Yeah, that works. The justification I like. It's just you could have told that same story by not character assassinating, particularly Jor-El.
I will say when you put it that way, because now the movie is flickering in my mind. What made that translate so well was actually that conversation that he had with Paul Kent. That really made it. It gave it that
Which that was great.
Well, you don't have that scene without this Jor-El message.
Yeah, that conversation, because that conversation happens because he's doubting. Because essentially Superman said everything I thought was true was a lie. Which I'm like, again, besides a few of the I think the serious moments being undercut by jokes, which I anticipated because the James Gunn movie. Besides that, that's why I gave it a 7 out of 10, because it's still a good Superman movie. So I'm not gonna in fact, it's my number 2 Superman movie.
Wow! All right, so I want to hear. We got to hear this. We got to hear this. I want to hear your rankings of all Superman movies live action.
Man of Steel.
Okay.
This one, 78.
Okay.
2.
Okay.
Oh.
Returns. And then I forget 3 and 4 ever happened. I gotta be clear on that, bro. If we're talking team-up movies, then Man of Steel goes to number 2, and Zack Snyder's Justice top.
Oh yeah, if Superman appears in the film, BVS is number 1. All right, BVS is number 1.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
Yeah, if we're talking about Superman, like the bulk of the film, that's. But we need more respect for Quest of Peace. I'm just saying, we need a little more respect for Superman 4.
Oh, you mean him throwing nukes in a giant net and tossing them into the sun and creating Nuclear Man?
So here's a funny story. here's a funny story though, right? So when I saw my screening on Monday, I had YouTube up, right, when I'm driving over, and they had on the WB YouTube channel, they actually had Quest for Peace playing live stream.
Oh yeah.
So before I go into the movie, I'm watching this and I'm seeing the interaction with Clark and Lana, and I think that's the one that had Lana, right? Yeah, so
I think
Clark.
Four, yeah, I'm pretty sure it was 4 that had Lana.
Yeah.
Was it 4?
3 had Lana. I believe.
And maybe it was 3. The point is, one of those had Lana.
Right. But anyways, like I saw his interaction, especially with Lois in that film and stuff like that. So I'm seeing all this, and then I go into this film, and it's like, you know, because me and Sil talked about it earlier. That Clois atmosphere, man, that's what really. Because so, in case you didn't see earlier, I said for me it was Man of Steel, then it was original Superman, then I have this Superman as number 3, and then Superman 2 after that.
Although I will say, I may have taken off a few points because Gunn was playing with me in terms of Lois breaking up with Clark. I was like, so close. And with Corn Sweat saying, hey, I would love to pursue a love triangle with Wonder Woman, I'm like, yes, I would like to see that as well.
That put him up several spaces for you, I'm pretty sure. But
the other thing I really liked about this movie is because it very much seemed to weigh in on the new 52 era of Superman, and that was like my era of Superman. So it was maybe inadvertently reminiscent of that era of
that's some Grant Morrison, I believe.
Grant Morrison, and then George Perez wrote the first volume of Superman, and in fact. I just got the omnibus for New 52 Supergirl, which is fan-freaking-tastic, by the way. But it's like a lot of the way it positions Superman in his relation to the world is very much how they did in that era. And the suit, obviously. Which, by the way, I know I had problems with the suit. You really don't notice it in this movie.
This is a big one, guys. Lock in.
It flows, right?
Yes.
I was like, they zoom in on it too much, and when it would maybe bunch up, it wasn't as bad as
it
the
looked good. You had some aura shots.
It wasn't as bad as that first reveal picture we got.
I agree.
How did you guys feel with the CGI close up and then the suit goes into the logo in the beginning of the film?
That was dope.
Great opening moment right there. I was like, Gunn is cooking. I was like,
I'll tell you, the only suit I still hate. I hate the Guy Gardner suit because there's no way the Guardians of Oa would let a Green Lantern do the will of a corporate individual on Earth. That ain't.
Unless it's Guy being a jerk, right? And he does the will of a corporate entity.
But the Guardians can just take away his ring.
True.
They did that to Hal in Emerald Twilight. But Guy was great in this. I love where he's talking about hypno glasses. And then he goes, oh, yeah, he trusts us because we're also of the cloth.
Yeah. Now, that was a great scene. Guy, Nathan Fillion, because I thought he was going to annoy me.
Fantastic.
He had great timing throughout the entire film. And I love when they recruited Metamorpho. Yeah. Oh, that was a great moment. That was a great moment in the film. That third
a lot of people clapped.
A
lot of people clapped.
Goes up and it has the Superman S. See what I liked about that as well, because it got into the other element of Superman. It got into the inspirational for the other superheroes, because we noticed they cut around in Hawk Girl and Guy Gardner are watching on TV. Previous to this, they're like, we're not gonna get involved, but all of a sudden they're like, well, we got it now.
That's my point. Is that's because people was like, why is the Justice Gang here? It was for that moment where Superman inspires them. Right now, Mr. Terrific jumped on early. Mr. Terrific was like,
I love how sarcastic he is. Where the crack is opening, and someone goes, "Is it supposed to do that?" Mr. Terrific goes, "Did you really just ask me that?"
Right? Take it apart and put it back together.
So that moment you guys mentioned right there, right? The Superman showing, so to me, I felt like Superman was that hope that these heroes were like. So what that reminded me of, that episode, I believe it's season 1 of Justice League Unlimited, where the Watchtower comes crashing down. They're all in the podium, and Superman's like, "Look, man, we tried."
Season 1.
Yeah, we're gonna disband the league, because we can't take matters into our own hands, whatever. And then Green Arrow, he steps up out of the crowd, and he's like, "Look, you guys, thank you for your service. You guys have done well, but the world needs a Justice League. and Superman, the Justice League needs you because you inspire us to be who we are.
Yeah.
And I got like I was literally seeing this image in my head while that was happening. You know, you see Hawk Girl and all that stuff, and man,
Metamorpho shows up like a sand monster, and Guy Gardner, awesome, of course, his construct should be the middle finger as he's like knocking things. I'm like, yeah.
That was a good moment. That third act was a good moment for the Justice Gang overall. And it justified Gunn's choice to put them in this film. Yeah. I was like, okay.
My theory is obviously including Batman and Wonder Woman, but this will more or less be the lineup for his Justice League.
You think so?
I wonder. Yeah. I wonder if there's like some kind of Justice Gang spin or like a Terrifics, because if you're gonna do Mr. Terrific project next.
Yeah,
you got if comics people, right? Mr. Terrific, you got Metamorpho, Plastic Man will have to come into the fray if you're doing Terrifics. So I mean, you got half the team already right there. So I just wonder if it's more of like that, a Terrific spinoff, because they didn't commit to the name in the film Justice Gang. They didn't commit to it.
You could.
So my thoughts on that, right? So we're hearing the reports, as you said earlier, about the spinoff, it being a show. I think that is a great way to implement these new characters. Like for instance, the Plastic Man, who's really in some iterations he starts as a bad guy, robber or whatever, and other iterations he's other things. But imagine like you have the show of Mr. Terrific, he's doing a superhero thing, and then he's pretty much one of the guys he's going against is Plastic Man. That eventually he kind of mentors him throughout the series and then brings him onto his team, and then that's kind of like a start of it, type of thing. What do you think?
I can see that. I could also see, here's a direction they could also go, where, so obviously we know Max Lord like runs the Justice Gang. Now, what if at some point when he inevitably flips to being a villain, we get a Justice Gang versus the League?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Now, so this is what I will say though, because I introduced the whole spinning off thing, but in the film, you have the Hall of Justice right there. They got the building right there.
Yes.
You have the crane up there and and then in that scene with Lois, there's a mural up there of the JSA.
I need to rewatch that. I missed that.
So I think we're talking about Justice League International. I think that's what's going to happen. I don't think you're going to spin off Terrifics. I think it's going to be just straight up Justice League International, kind of connected to the comics right now, Jared. Justice League Unlimited. Yeah, everyone's housed in.
That's the smartest way to do it, because that way it's like whenever you see the League, it could be like a different lineup for like a different job or something like that.
It felt like they were setting us up like we could do like a film or series. Like it could be a team every different episode at this point. That's where I'm at kind of with that, is that not spinning off Terrifics, not spinning off a Justice Gang. They got the Hall of Justice right there. Yeah. So Gunn is seeding that right now, that there's a history of justice to society, and that's potential flashback projects that Gunn could do right there. I haven't heard anything concrete, but I did hear of potential flashbacks projects. I just haven't heard them.
I can see Gunn touching like on an Alan Scott Green Lantern film type of thing, because I mean, seeing that mural of the JSA and all that stuff, how long has the Justice Gang been around? Like,
so that's gonna be a good conversation. Me and Carlos, we're gonna dive into first off this Superman film, and what Gunn is doing for the DCU. But that first little dialogue 3 centuries ago, metahumans, appeared, right? And then it jumps to 3 decades. Superman, extraterrestrial, comes to Earth. But 3 centuries. You got the JSA, you got Golden Age, Silver Age. They can go all the way. So
you're telling me that superheroes helped with the Boston Tea Party?
Possibly.
I'm like, possibly. Now that's what I want to see.
I want JSA. I want full on Golden Age JSA with You could
Catman.
Dr. Fate neck.
Yeah,
You could do
Alan
Hippolyta
Scott
as Wonder Woman.
You can go all in. I mean, Gunn. I mean, you can throw Starman, right? Those Starman, Wildcat, stuff like that in there. They can explore the entire history because you got that mural there. Like, we're gonna get an official picture soon. So just to let y'all know, we're gonna see exactly. It was a flash in the film, but there were real JSA characters up there. Who was up there, right? And so we got to see the official picture.
And that would actually be cool because in this new, let's say, version of Justice League, if they do, let's say, a Starman, you can introduce a Star Girl, who comes later on.
That's why you would do that, to set up the potential Star Girl spinoff. Yeah. That was one of the best shows they did on CW. It had 2 seasons. That was
the only good show they did on CW. So let's be clear here.
Hey, Superman and Lois.
I don't count that because that's technically a Max show. I don't count that.
Okay.
Okay. Jared's very particular.
I have very strict tastes, and CW has never reached that.
Hey man, all the Crisis stuff was great. Seeing Brandon Routh come back and suit up as Superman again, there was
some good moments in that.
Yeah,
Ezra Miller's Flash hanging out and okay, so that's we got the name for the Flash. Interesting.
Yeah,
that was interesting. I wish they would have really leaned into that moment. That was actually during lockdown, during COVID.
Yeah,
when they released that, and then just things got weird, with Warner Brothers after that. But the thing with Gunn that I'm giving him such a chance with DC is that I know he has a game plan. And we haven't had this with DC since Zack Snyder started. So we're talking about 12 years ago. And even he was kind of formulating what that plan would be. Now we have Gunn where he has a plan, and we just need this first film to do decent, and it had to be good. And I think we got it. I think
the person in charge is the one coming up with the plan. There's no one to tell him you can't do this.
That is, and that to me is why. And then just seeing his love for comics, and I know that's a cliche thing to say, but his love for comics for me, man, it's like this is what we like. We want to see this, man. We want to see this. We want to act like we're opening up a page and it's coming out of the thing.
It's like for years I've been saying the movies ought to start promoting the comic books. Soon as James Gunn comes in his first announcement video 2 years ago, it's here are the comic books that are inspiring the movies.
Yeah, very.
He said,
smart.
Get that woman of tomorrow. I know you don't like Tom King, Jared, but he was like, get that woman of tomorrow.
I mean, I got news for you. That book was in the dollar bin before it got announced as a movie.
Yep, exactly.
Where it belongs.
It's a click. This is actually a good story, Jared. Woman of Tomorrow is actually good. I've been rereading
Pirate Supergirl. Yeah, that's what we need. As long as they don't put him in charge of the Wonder Woman movie, I'm good.
What did you think of Supergirl's cameo, Jared? Then that's straight from the comic.
Yeah,
not the current version of Supergirl, but I don't like her calling. Her leaving saying bye bitch, and I'm like, no.
I actually to be honest with you, I kind of love that, and it gave me I don't know if you guys remember
in the Tom King run, Jared, that's her character.
Yeah, but that Tom King run is not the current version of Supergirl. She's moved beyond that.
That's not what we're getting.
Yeah, because who's on the writing staff of DC Studios?
Have you guys seen? I'm pretty sure. I mean, I mentioned it in all my when I'm comparing it, but the animated film Superman Unbound,
yes,
that Supergirl in there, even Lois doesn't like her to begin with in that film. And I kind of got that same feeling that from this Supergirl to that. A lot you can see where he's pulling from different things and kind of meshing it all together. So
that's a lot for me because because the interesting thing about this movie going into it, and this was my other concern, because obviously, as we know, there is some stuff in the comics that's not going to translate well, or if you go too heavily into the comic book realm, that's going to alienate people of the the general audience that don't read comics. However, at least for me, I felt that he kind of translated it well enough in a way that's okay, it's based on a comic, but it's not it's not too like overwhelming, if that makes sense.
He's not adapting like page to panel to screen.
Sometimes
that's not what
he
Gunn.
is.
Well, probably moments, but I'm saying like the story itself, like this James Gunn Superman film. That's not a story from the comics.
No,
that's a mishmash. He made his own thing. I think Supergirl, the Supergirl film, is going to be inspired by the Tom King run, but I think they're doing their own thing too.
Maybe they could actually make it a good story.
Maybe so. Because Tom King didn't write the script. He didn't write the script for it.
So to your point there, what I think he's gonna do with a lot of these upcoming films is do what he did with this, because it's not just one version of a Superman fan in here. This movie was made like how you're saying, a mosh pit of all these different elements of Superman. So it's like you have older generations coming back and being like, "Oh, this was great," and you have the newer generations like, "Oh, this was like I've never seen something like it."
Props to Corn Sweat, right? I think this is a good time to really give him. Like he wears the shield well.
Oh, he killed it.
He did not disrespect Superman at all. Like he made it his own thing too. That's what I was impressed more about Corn Sweat, is that he wasn't trying to be Christopher Reeve. He wasn't trying to be Cavill, Ralph, anyone. This is a unique version. And I love his soliloquies where he's like, "This is why I'm Superman." Like, really hit. That really hit in the film.
The other thing, traditionally, I'm of the opinion that each Superman should have their own their own theme. But that being said, I liked how they adapted the Reeve theme, but like modernized it, because the one of the many problems with Superman Returns is that they just copy and pasted the theme instead of like at least trying to modernize it.
So you've mentioned this a lot. The aspect of like kind of like Top Gun Maverick, how like you had the old school songs from the but like modernized. I got that exactly here.
Yeah,
it was cool to see.
It worked. Sure. It worked really well.
No, I'm gonna give Gunn credit. Like I said, like I mean, there's some things, like I say, I critique Gunn with. Go to my channel for that. I'm not gonna waste Carlos' time with that. But when Gunn worked in this film, I was like, okay, and he really cared about this Superman character. That's why I said Superman purists out there, like Carlos. I was like, I know y'all was gonna love this film, because I was like, Gunn was giving you exactly a modernized version of what you wanted, with those Silver Age values, right? So now you got the older crowd. Both screenings I had, I was surrounded by older couples, like boomer level couples, men and women, older women loving the love story with Clark and Lois, and the old dudes just loving Silver Age Superman. They probably saw George Reeves Superman, right? So it's like they were loving this, right? And Gunn really gave them what they showed up for. I got to give credit where it's due. That's why the audience score is A-, because it satisfied the crowd. But that first act, I think the editing was kind of wonky. Got a little wild when the kaiju showed up and stuff like that. But this was the character of Superman that maybe this brand needed. Like Man of Steel, what Zach did 12 years ago. We needed that when Zach
at that
did
time,
it.
yes.
And I'm ready to admit that I think Gunn is giving people to Superman, and Corn Sweat, his performance, is probably what the brand needed right now, and the numbers are showing.
And I've said this on my channel the other night when I did my review. It's like, look, all you that want that like only like Zach's interpretation. Here's the thing: this movie doing well actually increases the chances of us getting a conclusion down the line, because if DC is like profitable at WB, they're going to be like, okay, so let's
do some Elseworlds,
and then it's like exactly Elseworlds. So you need, like Gunn said, you need wins on the board in order for him to justify, hey, can we do this? Can we do this? Because I have no doubt. I've maintained forever, I'm 100% sure the story is going to get resolved in some way. So I'm like, okay, until that happens, I'm going to enjoy what I get.
Yeah, as long as it's good, right? And that's
as long as it's good,
they will make clear
obviously if it's bad, I'm not going to say
the house burns. Right? I think we can get the air cut. I think
100%.
Let's throw some extra content out there. Let's throw the air cut out there just to placate, because I want to cook some more films up. So you got to make money now, and Gunn delivered a good enough film
Plus,
I
if
don't
you
care what
do
anyone
both,
says. He delivered.
if you have both, it minimizes the chances of a divided fan base because everyone gets what they want.
Well, what I think also too, and I'm gonna kind of skip across the pond here to Marvel, and I know the big no is comparing DC to Marvel. I know we don't want to do that, but one thing as of late that Spider-Man wise, I should say, or Sony wise, I should say, that actually helped Marvel at the time was those re-releases of the old school Spider-Man films. So like that's an avenue that Gunn can take with some of these not released films, like the Air Cut, you know, or letting Zach do that Elseworld project and stuff like that. That's gonna bring people back because you got to think when they were doing the weekly, like this whole week we're gonna have Spider-Man 1, we're gonna have Spider-Man 2, all the way even down to Andrew Garfield leading into No Way Home. Like I like that was an event. Like you can kind of do stuff like that with these unreleased stuff and DC Elseworld things as well. So
yeah, I mean it's about like Jared said, and it's been well reported. This is what Gunn told David Ayers. You know, Ayers was like, you know, is it a chance I can get my cut? You know, with the new regime. Yeah. And Gunn was like, I got to get a few wins on the board first.
Yeah.
So right now, if Superman holds as 120 million open and weekend, that's a win. That's a win if this holds.
That's
so that's one on the board.
That's why when I say if this Supergirl, Lanterns, and Peacemaker, whatever, if the first like few projects hold and do really well, then I'm fairly certain they'll be like, okay, so let's invest, let's expand.
Exactly. That's how it works. And so, like I said, if Gunn was just doing all crap, you know, it's just like it's just like Hamada all over again. You know, but Gunn really delivered with a serviceable film, a family film, really. If y'all want to comment on that, I think he really made this
quadrant film, like you said.
4-quadrant film.
At the very least, at least we're finally got a Wonder Woman movie announcement.
Yeah. So that could get interesting, right? Like now that you got this, let's say this is a win on the board, right? Yeah. Let's say this is. Then you're talking about that's wild. We're talking about 120.
Not tonight. Not tonight.
120 opening, and then you have a decent run in the box office. So this is a new era of DC. Monday morning is probably what that headline is going to be. New era of DC is here. Now it's like, okay, let's get our Batman and Wonder Woman, fast track it. We need that probably 2027. We need either Wonder Woman or Batman ready to go, Brave and the Bold ready to go, in my opinion.
So I was thinking about that, right? So do you think Gunn will do a full-on just Batman, or do you think he'll start sprinkling him in to other projects? And then, let Reeves has the movie, and then officially once, he has that the Batman 2 come out, then we get the Bat Family movie. But if he starts like maybe, sprinkling him in different projects and stuff like that, kind of like Creature Commandos, but actually seeing him, interact with the characters and stuff.
Well, first, I'll just say what I'm hearing, right? So next year, like I said, Supergirl, and I think Cornswell will pop up in that film, right? I think no one would be surprised if he flies through that film, right? And then the follow-up Gunn project, you're talking about 28 is what I'm hearing, in that's Superman team up, something going on right there. And I think 28 would also be the year you see DCU Batman, so this is a timeline. So if this is a win, everyone can kind of relax in DC Studios a little bit and be like, okay, let's take our time and start putting these scripts together. Because next year's Supergirl is already in the shoot. You're ready to shoot that out. But that doesn't mean like, okay, then 27 and then no. Because then you got Reeves in 27, if I'm right in saying that. I think he's 27. Then 28, you see Cornsweet again. You see the new DCU Batman. You see Wonder Woman. So it's going to be a little breathing room, is what I'm trying to say, is that you got the Supergirl next year. Then let's do the Clayface. Let's relax for a year, a couple series. And then 28, You're going to see Superman again, new Batman, Wonder Woman. The dynamic duo animated film comes out 28 as well too. That's going to be a pretty big year. The next big year for DC Studios.
Well, the other thing is the Reeves film could be an interesting experiment to see. Hey, would Elseworlds just going to confuse the audience? I don't think it'll confuse the audience, but from a business perspective, you can go, okay, let's say the Batman 2 comes out and it's massive. It does well. They could go, okay, now we can do like other stuff from other people, revisit a few of these other worlds, and we know it's going to do well.
Gunn is very open. I'm hearing that the Red Sun story is something. Now, let me say this now. DC's been wanting to do Superman Red Sun for years. Cavill wanted to do it actually as well too. Let's just put a bookmark.
Should I pop that up real quick?
let's just put a bookmark when I say that. Is that DC has wanted Red Sun, and Gunn is saying, "Hey, if I can get a good script, I will do Red Sun." So let's just put that on the back burner right now. But again, just how these films are going to flow out. You know, Superman holds, Supergirl next year. 27 is Reeves Batman, so you're gonna have a couple series in 2027 around the Reeves DCU stuff. So you may get your Booster Gold if that goes good with the scripts. You may get Waller 2027. Then 2028 is gonna be a huge year for DC Studios, because now you're gonna be setting up whatever projects you put out that year. You're setting up the 2031 Justice League crossover. That's what you're starting to set up that year. So Gunn wants to take his time with this, and if this is a win, then he can really kind of relax and get these scripts together and let this stuff flow out. Like I said, 2028 is going to be a big year, though. I will say that right now.
Speaking of series, how about that Peacemaker cameo in the movie? He's like on TV. Cool. Now my thing is, I'm pretty sure that's the Peacemaker that's going to be replaced by the DCEU Peacemaker when he crosses over.
I wonder how. I'm intrigued by that series. I didn't like season
now
one.
You got me interested. Now you got me
interested.
Because the minute I see like that with the two Peacemakers, I'm like, my thinking is he kills the one from the DCU and then replaces them.
I like that idea, and then that can give you that different take, and then hopefully they kill the vigilante from this world.
And burn that character alive.
Give us a proper.
Put him in a hydraulic press for all I care.
Yo, that's crazy. How did I not know? I had a feeling you were going to say something on that, man.
In any way,
I'll
shape,
try
or
to be
form.
nice on Carlos Cheddar. I'll try to be nice, but please kill Vigilante. Oh, I'm sorry. But I'm intrigued, though. I'm going to give Gunn credit because I didn't like season one of Peacemaker. I can't. I may try to rewatch it. Carlos may help me with that one. We'll see. But before the new season comes out, we'll see.
I recently watched and completed Creature Commandos, like all of it, because I stopped halfway through. But it's the problem that I like have with like Peacemaker and Creature Commandos, that I don't like it when they go totally R-rated in there. It's kind of like a distraction. But I see like I mean. It works for certain like characters, like probably Peacemaker, but it's like when your first project is like an R-rated TV show, I was like, that was my other like problem with Gunn, and this was the one thing that I was like putting all the blame on Gunn, because I'm like, your first project that's gonna set the tone for the universe is not like Superman. It's an R-rated animated show about a group of people no one's heard before, which I'm like, yeah, but I get it. You probably wanted more polish, but still.
Yeah, I think it was just content, and he was already in the middle of it. And, and he comes co-CEO, so he's like, okay, let's push my stuff out there. But I think it allowed him to push parameters that you probably don't want to do live action. Dr. Phosphorus, that was a brutal episode. Yeah. That was a very brutal episode. And then we got our first look at DCU Batman silhouette in that as well. So silhouette, it's like it could push some boundaries in animated. But I like Creature Commandos for what it is. I like all the episodes.
Speaking of that, we also saw General Flag again.
Then you see Rick Flag, and he's pretty subdued. He had a lot. He may have some stuff on the cutting room floor. Jared, I don't know if you caught earlier. There is an extended cut of James Gunn's Superman.
So we can advocate for release the gun cut. Is that the hashtag now too?
I think you're going to get it no matter what. As long as this film holds and is successful, then the Blu-ray release, you'll get the extended gun cut. Yeah,
because a lot of stuff in this when I was watching, it seemed like some stuff was cut out. So I'm like, okay, it's like
Daily Planet stuff, which is Rick Flag stuff. It's definitely some stuff on the cutting room floor that I think Gunn he can capitalize on this and say, okay, this is successful. Now this is extended home version, right? And kind of hold you over, and then Supergirl comes out and Lantern. So they have a real chance. As long as it all holds and it's all looking like it will, Gunn may have a win off the first board for this film, and now we expand the world, expand it out going forward.
And I think what's going to work with that, as we wrap up this convo, I think what's going to help him expand that really, really well is going to be these Max shows, because he can literally deep dive into these shows and like kind of like how he did with Creature Commandos and just kind of go like off the wall type of thing. Where I'm pretty sure that's what's going to happen with Green Lantern show. I really do think it's going to be like it's going to surprise a lot of us.
Like maybe series, right? Because it's all about the timing. Right now, maybe the origin stories are for series. You get like 6 to 8 hours to do a story on HBO Max. Instead of on a big screen, it's like, oh, we know Superman, Batman, now Wonder Woman. Yeah. Those are theatrical things. Now, if we're going to do a lower character like Clayface or Sergeant Rock, that's a low budget film, and we can take a risk. You know what I mean? So I think they got to figure it out, man. And like I said, Superman, the numbers are looking good, and this plan, for expanding DC, it's a new era. Monday morning, we may wake up like, hey, and they're going to say new era of DC. If these numbers hold, this is the new beginning.
That's exciting. All right, guys. So to wrap it up before I get into a quick little gaming sesh, I kind of want to pick your guys' brain. What do you think from what we got from this Superman film we can expand on? Whether, like for me, I do think down the line we may get a Reign of Superman type of deal. Like, what do you think? What is your avenues you think we might get?
On that, with Ultraman being a clone, yeah, absolutely. Connor probably exists in this because it's like we have the clone, a clone created by Lex Luthor. So there's any number of ways we could go with that. You could have like maybe Parasite shows up because I've always said I like the like villains that Superman can't punch because it's like more of like a cerebral threat, like Lex. That's what, by the way, my favorite Lex of all the movie Lexes ever was this one.
Oh,
like,
wow.
This is straight up comics Lex. Like, no, I love Eisenberg, but this was my Lex now. Like, but the point is, it's like because obviously Superman is not gonna punch Lex Luthor in the jaw and like just and like disappear the jaw, but it's like
that's what Crypto's for.
Yeah, but maybe now here's what they could do. That'd be actually kind of cool. Is maybe do a Max show about Krypton.
Oh,
like maybe before end it right as he leaves and the planet blows up. Maybe show how the Kryptonians like maybe they started off.
Don't play with my emotions, Jared. Don't play with my emotions,
now,
there,
buddy. I have two feelings with that. Now, one is okay. You cast Bradley Cooper, right, as Jor-El, so you can make a series around Bradley Cooper.
Yep,
but
people will
was it
show
more
up
of a favorite thing? I don't know, but it's just like you can do a show with Bradley Cooper, Krypton.
Jor-El, the show. There you go. That's how you do. And you show that's where you can show if you want to change the message. If maybe he said something else and Brainiac hacked in, or if you go the direction of having Brainiac be the AI for Krypton.
That's very possible as well too. Did Brainiac interrupt with the message? That's your way out though, Jared. Right? That's not retconning. If they do a show and say, okay, yeah, this is what they heard in the film. This is the message. But maybe Brainiac messed up the message because, a lot of Brainiac's origins is that he was a being in Krypton, and he decided to save himself instead of warning the Kryptonians that the Earth is going to explode, right? So one version is that.
If you were to go in that direction, I've said that like I will bump up my movie review from a 7 to an 8. If he retcons it out, I'll retcon my review. But hearing Gunn talk about like the change, I'm not convinced he's going to do that.
You think that's the message that he?
I think
I think it works in film too, because Superman chooses his Earth parents at the end, right, for the videos. So it works for the story.
It works for the story. It's like you could have told the same story without character assassinating the Kryptonians, though. That's the thing. Man of Steel did that.
Maybe.
To your idea, real quick, right? Mm-hmm. One of my favorite shows it's crazy how much it's not talked about is
Krypton.
Yes.
Bro, I love that show.
So
what a version of Lobo, by the way. My God.
Yeah.
Crazy version of Lobo. Yeah.
So with that, like, if Gunn does a version of that, but having it be Jor-El instead of the grandfather,
you could do that 100%.
And with Bradley Cooper, you could sell that show.
There's no way that people would not see that just to see Bradley Cooper.
Yeah,
I just when you're asking like, what can the future of Superman be? And y'all chime in with this. I feel every Superman film we had in the past, it was like, as far as just our generation, is that you had to level it up so crazy. Like the next film you get has to be crazy because of how powerful Superman is. Like this is the first time you can do. I mean, Parasite would be great if they do Parasite next, but you can do Mongol, you could do Metallo. You can keep this where it's not even world-ending type stuff after this.
I'm gonna pitch a movie to you guys. I got 2 words for you. Maybe you read this comic book storyline, Warworld Saga.
Mongol, right?
Where he goes to liberate Warworld, but then ends up becoming a gladiator in Mongol's arena.
That's an episode straight out of Justice League.
Yeah,
I literally just watched that episode,
and it's a full-on like. A comic, you could turn that into a movie, particularly if like he goes there with like all the warriors on the league, like Hawkgirl and like a few Green Lanterns. There you go.
Oh, that's a potential. I gotta believe James Gunn was going to adapt stuff like that, like World.
He reads the new stuff too, so it's not out of the realm of possibility.
Yeah, I'm hearing he would do Death of Superman after the Justice League, and we were talking about if Gunn gets his 8 to 10 year run, he wants to do Death of Superman after the Justice League team up. So we're like, I don't know, 8 years away from him doing that.
I got a question. So because it's never really confirmed who he is in the movie. At least I didn't catch if they did. The guy who's working with Lex with the glasses. Do y'all think that's Dr. Ivo?
No, that's another Superman character. That's like a henchman of Lex. I forget exactly what his name is, but he is a character.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Because we did see Otis. Otis was a big guy. Mm-hmm. So
we do need those Amazobots. Is that what you're trying to get to?
Yeah.
We do need that.
Yeah,
and Gunn's a total nerd. I think he's
that's the Justice League movie.
Amazing. Or they could do that. What was that recent comic run though?
Absolute Power. You have to build that up. You can't. I mean, you do have Waller. So
that could be the 2031 film. Yeah,
maybe. I mean,
but hold on one second, Jared, because I don't think you were here for that. Sil said we might be getting Holt in the new Creature Commandos season, where
Creature Commandos season 2.
Yeah, so Holt will be meeting Amanda Waller in that.
So Lex Luthor,
Lex Luthor, animated form, obviously. But maybe that's how he starts building his Lexo suit.
But in the Waller show, isn't it supposed to be a checkmate show at this point? In which case, you would go with like the OMAC project.
For Waller, maybe, but they changed that story like pretty much every year at this point. With Waller.
I know.
They want to shoot it at the end of this year, but that may change like next month. Like, we're pushing Waller, but no, I definitely see some Lex and Waller crossover in Creature Commando season 2. They're already working on it, so
man, that's exciting. But all right, guys. So that's where we're gonna shift gears here.
All right.
Before we go ahead and move on to the game stuff, Sil, anything you got before you get out of here?
Let me just throw this out here. Like I said, it's the week of Superman still. It's been a very successful week on the podcast channel. Different opinions. Everyone is feeling some kind of way about this film. I'm all about just the results. If this film would have bombed, I would have had some pretty fun shows, but it's actually doing good. So we've been having some very informational shows. The week of Superman will top off tomorrow morning. Actually, I'm gonna do a coffee talk, and we're going. Is it tomorrow? What's tomorrow? Sunday. So Monday. I'm sorry. Okay. Monday morning, we're gonna top off the box office numbers for James Gunn Superman. If it holds up, if it's looking good, it will be a new era of DC. And we're here to cover what they're doing. And so that's what we're going to talk about Monday. Some exciting stuff also on the Abdul's Superman channel. I got a couple things I'm working with Carlos here. It's going to be really fun, just kind of breaking down this film more since it seems like a success. So we're going to have a lot of content. We're going to have a lot of content coming forward on the Still Abdul Geek Network overall.
Awesome, man. Exciting. Jared,
what you got for us? Comics with Jared, too. It's coming soon.
Yeah.
Hell
yeah. So tomorrow, I'm going to be so on Monday, I'm going to be releasing a show on my podcast with me and a friend of mine discuss the Flashpoint animated movie and how it veered totally from the Flashpoint Wonder Woman storyline from the comics because it made her out to be the villain. She's not, trust me. But also tomorrow, I'm going to be going over the Brian Azzarello run for Wonder Woman and why maybe it's underrated. And I'm going to be talking about on Wednesday, releasing a Wonder Woman video talking about how like a Wonder Woman version of Smallville might look like. On Friday, I'm going to be doing a podcast talking about comparing and contrasting this to Man of Steel to talk about what maybe Man of Steel did better than this movie. Spoiler alert, it involves Krypton. And for movie night, we're going to be talking on next Saturday, we're going to be talking about Superman versus the Elite.
Awesome.
Nice.
Good stuff with Jared, man. Yeah.
Awesome, man. Yeah, Jared, we definitely need to link up and do some stuff, man, as well. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and drop your guys' link. If you have a link tree or whatever, you can leave it in the private chat. I'm gonna drop it in my chat so it hits all 3 channels. And then yeah, man, this is fun. We definitely got to do this more. Yeah. The Watchtower is in full effect, guys. It's exciting, and we're about to try to get some Superman skins right now and unlock some more stuff on Fortnite. By the way, Sil, sports wise, I just got where's it at? Look, it's right here. We got a game, bro.
Oh, we got a link up. Okay.
We got a game, bro.
Football is in session. And like I said, I know our sports stuff, as far as sports talk, it's been taking a little backseat because it's been Superman week.
Yeah,
DC.
100%.
I gotta answer the bat signal, with the DC stuff. But if there's any like notable, big DC's news, I'm sorry, sports news. I'm thinking DC. When it was big sports news, me and Carlos will link up and do our night views. It's gonna be more of like event level type stuff because we gotta take care of DC and CBM stuff first, man. So
yes, sir. But all right, guys, it was a pleasure, man. And so I'll see you mañana. And peace out, man. I have your guys' stuff right now, and I'll go ahead and post it in. Where's it at? How do I? Oh wait. Jeez Louise. I'm clicking all these buttons, guys. Copy. All right. And you are in there, Jared. Appreciate you, brother.
Anytime. I will see you around.
Yes, sir. Have a good one, man.
You too.
Thanks. All right, guys. We are going to get into don't worry about the background. I'm going to take a quick little potty break real quick, and we'll come back and we'll jump right into Superman. All right, cool. we are back. We're gonna play a couple games. See if we can unlock this right here. Make sure I got the audio going on here real quick. All right, here we go. Let's go ahead and should we try the new world? Let's try the new world. Let's do this. Let's see, battle royale. I want zero. All right, let's see that. All right, let's check this out. This is gonna be cool to check out real quick. Oh wait, what happened? Okay, play. Here we go. All right, let's go. All right. Don't mind me. I won't be snacking, guys, as well. Shout out to Mickey D's, man. Brought back the snack wrap. Check my TikTok out. I did a whole review on it. So, but yeah, probably play about 2 or 3 games, and then we'll go ahead and call it a night. But yeah, appreciate you guys being here, checking us out. And it's been a couple days, so hopefully I'm not too rusty. All right. See, did they add anything new on the map? Nothing new yet. So I believe on the 15th, which is next week, they're going to be dropping the Fortress of Solitude. But I'm seeing these. I want to see what this is. See what that is right there. Going straight for it. That looks like... Oh, this is something new. I haven't seen this before. It's got to do with the fortress thing, right? What's going on here? Okay. Oh. Okay. Oh, and he got a rift in here too? That's a visor. Let's see what I got here. Yeah. What's this? No, I don't want to waste gold on that. What's this? Ooh. Healer Boomer. What's this? How much gold do I have? Well, I can spare some. Oh, I can't get in there. Damn, that sucks. Let's see. I'll probably get this gun. How much I got? 600. Nah, I'm trying to waste that. All right, we're gonna go into what's this? Box cars. Oh, there's see somebody there. Oh, brother. I can't see. Hold on. Why is my sound so backwards? What's going on? Oh, there we go. I couldn't even hear this guy. Hold on. We're kind of lagging a little bit. Gotta get the fingers moving now. I gotta get the fingers moving. Let me do a sound check right now. I think that's what happened. All right. Let's go. There we go. Take that. Let's go. All right, let's check this out, guys. Oh. Man, I've been muted this whole time. Let's check this out. Oh, I think I saw somebody here. Oh, this guy. Look at this bot. They're just bots. Let me get out of here. I'm not trying to fight no bots. All right. Ooh. Damn, those things are pretty good. All right, I'm gonna drop these. This. What is this? What is this? What the hell? Oh, it's a Superman statue. What is that? Huh. Interesting. Oh, am I playing builds right now? Oh, I am playing builds. Oh, I thought I did 0 build. What the heck? Oh, well, we're about to find out. I'm not a build kind of guy, but we're about to find out. Appreciate y'all who are rocking with me, checking it out. Got some shooting going on over here. Oh, I heard something over here. The hell? Come on, are you serious? Ain't no way that just happened, right? Give me something, bro. Dang. hell? Where the hell she go? Oh. Yeah. All right, everybody want to hide now? Like, what the hell is going on? There's somebody flying in right there. That was ridiculous. Oh, we got a try hard right here. What a try hard, man. What a try hard, man. Let me go back to the lobby. We're gonna try one more game with the terrific suit. Oh, let's go. We unlocked some things. Let's check that out first. Let's see. Ah, nice. That's so lit, dude. Awesome. Oh, I can't wait to get that one too. That's so good. All right, so we got that. So that's gonna be. I'm gonna add that later. But let's try. Oh. So what's the difference between this? Okay. Okay. That was cooler. All right. We'll keep that going. We're gonna try that out. Is that a new X? What's this? Okay. We'll try that. And then let's go ahead and try Mr. T. Oh, you can edit these? Can you edit them? No, you can't edit them. All right. We'll try that out for now. I kind of like his kicks, but we can possibly add. Let me see how these look on him. Let me see something. How's that look, guys? You like that? Nah, I like the originals, right? We'll go with the original. Let's go. All right. Let's do one more game. I'll make sure to put this on 0 build. Damn, I kind of want to do OG. Let's try an OG match. We'll end it off on an OG match. Again, y'all, appreciate y'all being here. Shout out to Sil, man. And it's crazy, man. DC's here, and I you know, I didn't think we were gonna be here. I didn't think we were gonna get here. I know we still got long ways to go. Shout out to Jared for showing up too, man. That was pretty dope, man. Having the guys on and talking some DC stuff. And we got some big stuff that dropped today, man. Still dropped some bombs on us, man. It's yeah, exciting, bro. Exciting news, man. Exciting news. Excited to chop it up tomorrow and break it all down and stuff, man. Yo, this suit is so lit. It's so good. Look at that, bro. With the T-balls. There's an old school right here. This is for David Cornsweat. Shout out to our Superman. Cool as hell, man. What else we got here? We got some of this. Oh. All right. I guess we could go Tilted, or there's Dusty, Anarchy. Let's just drop right in, right? This is the last game. Let's drop right in. Let's go to Tilted. Where's Tilted? Right here. Let's do it. Tilted we go. Hopefully it's not a quick one. Let's do it. I'm going straight for the tower. Oh, guided missile. Okay. All right. That's a good start. That's a good start. This is how we're going to do this. Oh, with the Moss. Okay. All right, let's check this out. I'm not really going to use these, so let's try it again. There it goes right here. Let's get right here. This guy right here. I think I heard somebody. Check this place out real quick. Yeah. No shield, guys. Come on, man. Give me something, bro. Are you serious? A bush? What else we got there? Oh, freaking. There's a trap. A trap. I'm gonna check in here. Oh, there it goes right there. Okay. Yeah, really? Oh, garbage. Garbage. Oh, really? Bro. Oh, I didn't even drink the freaking. See download. See what's on. Oh damn! It's not one way in this bitch. Huh? Where you at, bro? Yeah, I gotta get up there. Or not. Find a way out. Got a rift. How did that? What the hell? Damn. I think I kind of want that. I'm not gonna lie to you. Oh, I don't even have enough brick. Damn. I need to find rocks. Give me rock. Or I'll take that instead. Make that work. I hear some shooting over here. All right. Oh, I see somebody right here. We're gonna land right on them. Yep, right on the roof. Come on now. Come on now. Ooh, LG. Oh man, LMG. Why is my thing like like sensitive? Let's see, is that better? Yeah, that's a little better. All right, let's see that better. Oh man, what should I drop the LMG for, guys? I don't know. I kind of don't like the LMG, to be real with you. What we got here? Ass on ass. Oh, somebody flying over there. Oh, okay, we got a purple one now. All right. So I'm kind of in the suit. Somebody at the trees. All right. What is that over there? Oh, they went ham over here. Saw somebody running this way. Storm's coming in. It's gonna start going in. This has been hit up. All right. Rest up here. Go check behind me real quick. Up here. I don't like how quiet it is, y'all. Like, People just be showing up out of nowhere, bro. We'll find some trouble. We got 9 people left. Can we get the dub, guys? Can we do it? I don't see nobody. Damn, everybody's like posted up, I guess. That's crazy, dude. Take the rift again. They're in town over here. I heard some. This is covered. Are they in Pleasant? Oh, look at this guy right here. This guy, bro. Oh, kill me with the trap, bro. Oh, I didn't even see the trap. Always look for a trap, guys. Always look for a trap. Oh, I set myself up for that, bro. I got too greedy. I had that dub too, man. I got too greedy there. All right, y'all. That's how we're gonna end it off tonight. As a matter of fact, I might be streaming after I do the show with Sil tomorrow as well. Get some gaming in. It's been a minute. But yeah, man. Hey, I appreciate everybody coming through, man. This is the official launch of hold on, let me get out of here. This thing's so loud in my ear right now. Appreciate everybody being here, man. It's been fun. Happy Superman Day. Like I said, I said earlier in the week, the Watch Hour report most likely started next week will start being on Mondays, Monday nights. And if I can pop up throughout the weekend, I'll be popping up. But most likely the days for the Watch Hour report will be on Monday nights, where we talk about all things DC. And we might have some nights like tonight where I throw in a little bit of gaming with some Superman stuff. I've been pretty big on DC Universe Online as well. So that's one thing to go ahead and check out. And the link in the description on YouTube, I do have my link tree. And if you're on Twitter right now, you go to my Twitter profile or X, I have my link tree on there. I have all my different platforms that I do all my different content on there. There's sports, there's a lot of different things, man. And since today was kind of the soft launch, let's kind of go ahead and let's run through that intro one more time, man. Let's do it. I appreciate y'all, man. Love y'all, man. This is the Watchtower Report, and your boy Silos is signing out. I catch y'all on Mondays, man. I'll see you tomorrow on Sil's stream. Make sure you go check it out, man. Show love to Sil, to Jared. Appreciate you guys coming through, man. All right, y'all. Peace.